Lesson 1, S&P E-mini futures and options. In Lesson 1, you will learn how to place S&P E-mini future trades and tricks with trading the S&P E-minis using the Thinkorswim platform. Okay, so the way I have my platform up, my layout, you could do yours however you want. I like mine. I like the way it is for day trading. I could see multiple charts. I'm able to use a lot, just a lot of tricks to help make trading a lot easier. And I'm going to actually go over them and show you exactly how those are. So the first thing is over here, we have what's called the active ladder or dome depth of, and pretty much it's a way to do, we'll say, one-click buy and sell. Okay, so quick, I'm going to just give you a quick little review on it. But right here, if I want to purchase at the current market, I could click buy. If I want to short, I could go short. If I'm already in and I want to sell, come over here. If I'm short and I want to cover, move your mouse over here. The great thing too is price actually already knows if you're above the market, you use a buy stop order. If you're below the market and you're looking to buy, you always use a limit. Same with getting short the market. If you want to get short, you use a limit order above the current market. And then you use a stop market at below the current market, kind of looking for that breakdown, right? Or if you're getting long, a breakout of price to kind of fit as it's moving higher, it fills you and keeps going higher. Now, you can also use what's called bracket orders, okay? So let's say I want to create a bracket order where I want to risk 2 points. Okay, so I could change that to 2 points. And then let's say I want to risk, or I'm looking for a reward of 5 points. I type this in, and as you can see, I put my mouse over here, and now I have a risk reward where it automatically inputs everything. Let's say do a 2 to 2, risk 2 to make 2 type of trade, right? So you could see I actually have a bracket order right here, right? And then if I want, I could place an order right here, okay? And you'll see the price is actually right here. And if I want to move price higher or lower, I can just drag and drop it, right? Same with the take profit and also stop losses. Then you can actually come over here, go to your little wrench, right? That's your settings, and then show orders and click apply. As you can see, now I actually have the orders shown directly on my chart, and I can actually move those lower or higher if I want to. So it's very easy, it's very simple. Couple other things that I'm going to go over with that's pretty cool with the Thinkorswim platform and the E-minis. And what this does is it automates a lot of your stuff for you. Okay, meaning it automates the way you're actually able to put the orders in, right? It's kind of like put the order in, set it, and forget it. Once it fills you, it's either going to hit your stop or your take profit. It keeps you very mechanical, okay? And it keeps you within a nice trade plan that you've created. Another really cool feature is options, right? If we go to the trade tab, type in the ES, right? You could see there are multiple options. Well, we know one future contract for every point equals $50, okay? Well, for some people, they might not want to risk $50. Maybe they're looking to risk $25, okay? Well, that's where options come in. And what you're able to do is actually trade the option contract, okay? Now, the spreads, it's aftermarket, so the spreads are a little wide right now, but you could see something like this, the 1940s, right? Let's say I'm bearish. I could buy the 1940s for 47.75, or I could buy them for 46.50. Normally during market hours, you could put that trade on for about a 2 to 3 tick risk reward. Okay, so 2 or 3 tick spread. So it might be 47 by 47.75. Every tick on the options, right, is not worth $12.50. It's actually worth half, because options are worth half of what the future contract is. Now, the one thing I will say to keep that ratio exactly like that is have a delta and always do an at the money delta. Okay, because that's where it's going to be that 2 to 1 ratio. Okay, so if I'm doing a 47, 50, 52, 53 delta, what that's going to do is for every point that E-mini moves higher or lower, I'm actually going to make or lose $25 versus $50. Okay, it just kind of changes the whole dynamics of managing risk and trading something smaller but getting the same exact move. You're also going to be able to, with that, is if we come back over here, we could say, hey, look, I want to be a buyer in 1938, but I want to sell in 1932. Well, this is a lot of risk, right? We're talking about 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 points worth of risk. That's $250. Well, maybe you don't want to put that much money on the line, but you want to give the option or the futures a little room to actually work out. Well, that's where you would then enter and look to trade the options, because now it's kind of like, instead of having, you'll still get that 5 point risk, right? But you're only risking half of what you normally would. So it's almost equivalent to saying, hey, I want 10 point move, right? Or stop loss. I want to give it a little room on a risk reward dollar cost basis. So now here's the great part about these. If you go to, let's say we're bullish, right? We'll come over here to the 1945. So let's say we want to buy the market right here, 1945. Hover your mouse over either the bid or the ask, okay? Right click, and then it'll say send, and it'll let you color link. So let's change this to 9, okay? We're going to color link this. Again, right click with your mouse, go to send, and go to the turquoise. We then come back over here, and up here we could color link this to 9. Well, now what this does is we're able to buy or sell the future contract while we're watching the regular futures contracts, but we're able to trade the future on the options. And again, so if it goes from 47 all the way to 48, that's going to be a 2 point move in the E-minis. The E-minis would need to go from 1943 all the way up to 1945 because it's a 2 to 1 risk ratio. Okay, so this is actually a really good tool and really nice shortcut for those of you that are starting out learning to trade the futures, but you don't want to risk $50. Maybe you want to give yourself 5 points worth of risk, but not risk 250. Well, guess what? You can now give yourself 5 points of risk and only risk 125, or you could give yourself a 10 point risk, okay, and put up the same amount of what you would for a 5 point risk, right? So if I did this, I would actually have a 10 point stop loss here to lose the same 250. So again, these are the ways I like to trade the futures using the Thinkorswim platform. Also, the way you could actually set up your dome or your ladder to actually trade them and use them as a shortcut. Also, you can always put the orders in like this and then put an order in up here to sell, something like that once you've entered them. To exit or cancel the order, it's all one click. Thinkorswim's made very, very simple and very easy and basic for you to be able to place either the future contracts or the future options. You can also do this with regular stocks too. So if you want to trade Apple, but you don't want to trade the shares, but you want to trade the options, right click, send to Apple. We'll go to 8, which is brown. Come over here, change that to brown, and now you have the Apple future contract, and all you need to do is change this chart to Apple, and now you could trade the options on Apple. So I hope that helps to kind of give you a little walkthrough of the platform. So is everything we talk about there? Maybe there are going to be times where you want to trade the options. Well, you could do it directly from the ladder. Coming up next is lesson number 2.